Bonsai is a beautiful art form, and recently Ed Salinas of Iron Pony Nursery showed us just how easy it is to do bonsai.
The first thing I do when I want to find a bonsai is I'll walk through a nursery, and because every nursery has potential bonsai. So what I do is I check it, make sure the trunk has good character in it. I'll take it out and check the roots. They look healthy. And I'll start cleaning it up. Taking off all the dead branches, clipping up dead branches, dead leaves, spider webs. Just sort of clean it up. Then once it's all cleaned and pruned of dead branches, I'll go ahead and take it out of the pot. Next thing I'll do is I will work out the roots. A knitting needle makes a good tool. So I'll just start working out the roots.
This doesn't hurt the roots to do this?
No, the roots love this.
Would you be able to do that to a Japanese maple right now?
Yes. Yes. You can pot any time during the year. The only time you have to really think about it is if it's a deciduous plant, you can only root prune during the winter.
I mean, actually
Actually cut roots, yes. So basically this would take a long time because the roots are really compact. So what I would do is I would just take my time and do it all until they're all fluffy. Don't worry if the roots break. It's okay. I'll just
like run them under water. I've done that before.
yes. Yes. I'll put it on the jet stream and I'll work it out really well. As long as you take off all the soil and expose the roots, what you want to try to do is get the roots flat, nice and flat.
And that one was really
Yes, this one is root bound. But like I said, with a lot of work, you can get to it. But for the sake of time, right now I'm just showing you how to do it. Don't be afraid about the roots. Some will fall off. Put some dirt in first. You want to check your height. It's still a little low. You set it in there, that's good. And just fill it up. When you have exposed roots, it's called nebari. That adds character to your trunk.
like some of these here have nibari, where they've got the roots exposed like that. And some people think, oh, it's gonna die. It doesn't. It's so strong. I like that red maple. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's the very basic. I mean, any tree could be a bonsai. Now what I would do next is I'd just clip everything off. This one could use a pruning right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's what I wanted. So I'm gonna do it the way I would do it. Usually just want to leave one or two leaves on the branch.
What kind of tree is that?
This one is a camellia.
Bonsai.
Yes, indoor bonsai. There's not very many. Ficus, your ficus.
Now, are these special clips that you use?
Yes, these are bonsai clips. These are actually for gouging into the bark, but I use them for pruning. I like to reach in there. Usually you'd use a sharp pair, of one with points, but I'm used to this one. Stand back. look at it.
So I've been watching Edward do bonsai for a long time, and he always likes for it to have a certain flow. And so it almost looks airy.
Yeah, depending on the bark, how it flows, there's different styles you could use. It could either be windswept or like an umbrella. Ideally, you want it to grow triangular. That's the what you want to get to is that triangular look. Having it big here and taper down.
So the curvature in the branches, is that natural or is that something that can be
Yes, that's natural.
manipulated?
But there are some that you can manipulate
So
with
like
wire.
these ones right here, did you manipulate
Yes,
those
the
ones?
maple I manipulated,
Maple.
made it a corkscrew style.
Yeah. Okay,
Some of them,
very neat.
this one is natural.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I like to look for is the character of the trunk.
And because that's a camellia, what's going to happen is he's cutting off some of the branches, and it's going to just send energy.
Yeah, there's
To the
sacrifices.
ones he's not clipping, right?
And because it's a flowering shrub, it'll just encourage the buds, and it'll make more flowers. It looks amazing. Wherever it's thrifty, yeah, and that
Estate sales.
Always going.
yeah. Sometimes
That was
that one doesn't.
Bonsai is that simple. For a beginner, it's really not hard at all. Just you got to pick a tree or a plant that you like and just work the roots out, put it in a small pot. You have bonsai. Depending on the tree, if it's deciduous,
Which means what?
deciduous means it falls asleep during the winter,
Oh, like
takes a
goes
nap.
dormant.
Yes, it goes dormant. So that's for a deciduous tree like a maple. All these are deciduous. They lose their leaves. That's the time to do your root pruning because the roots do grow in the pot and you don't want it to crack the pot eventually. So what you do is you take it out in the winter and work out all the roots, and you want to cut all the big roots off of it and leave the fine roots.
Is that something you do every year?
Every other year. Every other year. Or depending on how fast your tree grows, you just check it in the pot. You can tell because the soil will start to get really hard. That means it's root bound. So you want to try to avoid that. Root pruning and pruning. You just keep a miniature by pruning it when it grows out of shape. You prune it or you pick it. Junipers you have to pinch off to shape. You can cut the main branches, but for leaf pruning, it's pinching. And for maples and such, it's just pruning the dead leaves off, dead branches, and getting it to shape. And that's just all pruning throughout the year.
Wow.
You want to work for a shape, and then let it grow to the shape you want, and then work from there and keep it that shape. So this one will go through a lot of changes as it grows. So right now, this is just a basic. And it will start budding more because I did sacrifice some branches, but it will fill out more with flowers later.
go here, but those will. You want to practice on something cheap. You know, you can get like a boxwood.
Yes,
You get like a
yes,
$12 boxwood and
Right.
just practice on it.
Yeah.
Find one that's kind of got a kooky shape.
yep,
And do that. Or
Character.
Even a little ficus. Is this a ficus? Like a ficus?
yes,
Yeah.
ginseng
houseplant,
ficus,
you know, you
yes,
can get those in like a little 4-inch pot.
right.
And
They sell them at Safeway
I love anything.
sometimes.
Flowers.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
people that come into the bonsai garden, as soon as they see something flowering, they just go right to it
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
it has flowers and it's
right.
catches their eyes.
Pretty colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody loves the pretty color. So Edward, I have a question because that pot, it doesn't have holes on the bottom, and I know you always want good drainage, but when one pot doesn't have a hole on the bottom, how do you keep yourself from overwatering it? Do you use the moisture meter?
Yes, moisture meter is your best bet. That'll tell you. And depending if you keep it in the sun or the shade, of course the shade is going to dry out less, but in the sun it's going to dry out faster. So, and in the winter, if it's very cold, you have to wrap the pot in plastic or just something to keep it a little warm, a blanket or something. People do go through those extremes to protect their money investment, you know, because they do get expensive.
Yes.
So, you know, it's just,
I know we hear
It's art.
stories about people in Japan that because one dad will leave his bonsai to his son, and then it just goes down, you know, the lineage, the generations.
that's
and,
how they get centuries old.
That's how they just and people
Yes.
just start taking care of them. But there are some, you know, the new generation. They don't want to spend their time working on a bonsai, so they'll sell it, and sometimes they can sell for $1 million
Wow.
because
Oh, yeah.
you're buying time,
Yeah, you're buying
centuries old.
history.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could do that, but they do. I couldn't do it.
So that pretty much is the basics. I mean, you can get into wiring.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, you can get into wiring. That's if you have like a straight plant, you want to add some character to it. You can actually
Like this one right here, can I pull it out?
And what does the wire do then?
wire keeps it in shape.
Here's one that's been
Usually you wire something and keep it there for about 3 months.
Okay.
Yep, this is one that I did wire. And sometimes you can see the marks of the wire.
This is my little miniature elm that is going to be a bonsai.
Oh yeah, that's a great,
Someday.
see?
Pull the
See?
stake out and get some wire.
That's what I do is I go through the nursery and I see the potential in bonsai. Yeah, what I would do is just look at the roots and these are pretty good too. So, but this one would require a trunk chopping. Just actually chunk it, or you can air layer it. Air layering is removing a ring of bark all the way around the tree, scraping the green cambium layer underneath, and then you pack it with soil.
Oh, so it roots and creates.
Yes, and then in 3 or 4 months it will root. Then you can have this one for a tree, and this is your bonsai. So air layering is very good. I've gotten a lot of plants out of air layering. Yep, but bonsai can get very technical, and it can be very simple. Starting out, it's very simple. Just taking it out, working the roots out, and potting it. Yes, depending on the time of the year, you want to feed during the growing season, summer months. And again, if it goes dormant, you want to stop feeding at this time, at the fall. You want to stop feeding because it will go dormant.
So typically about once a year then?
Yes, just during the growing season, 3 months, 3 or 4 months, from spring on to end of summer. So yeah, there's basic. And I walk through here and I see lots of bonsai in the pots already. You know, and that's what I look for is the character of the trunk. So there's potential everywhere I look, you know. Look at the character of that one. Now that's nice. See, that's natural corkscrew. What I would do is I would just, first of all, I would just prune it. Take all the dead stuff off, branches, clean it up. Then I would work the roots out and pot it. And then go from there. You know, just prune it. I know pruning, some people are very iffy about that, but if you ever cut anything, it will grow back and it will respond. So don't be afraid. There's a maple here that I would do one right away if I had it.
that's beautiful.
This is a good specimen too. See all this, you would just prune it up. But this one is so root bound. What I would do in January is I would take it out and cut 3/4 of the roots off straight across.
Wow.
It will be dormant anyway.
It's dormant, so it will come back in the spring. So it won't kill it.
So, is there a certain size limit for bonsai? Can you make them larger? Or
No,
is it
the
better
big ones are called imperial size,
to-
4 feet and above. And I've seen big ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's
I've
no,
never seen big ones.
oh yeah, there's no
I've seen,
limit.
like the ones that fit
You
on
know,
tables.
as big as your pot is, you put a tree in there.
Okay. You could bonsai
Yeah.
a full-size tree.
Oh yeah,
Very
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Does it need to be in a pot to be bonsai? Or can you leave it in the ground?
No, the roots.
No, you can leave it in the ground.
Because their base will get
That's how
larger
you,
faster, right?
in the ground, that's when they grow the best.
Yeah.
They'll get thick, and that's what you want. Yeah, because in a pot, you know, it's just contained, so it grows, but it grows slower. But in the ground, it will grow fast.